Hey, family, this is Stan, the host of the podcast Talking with Friends. And hopefully, you guys are gaining inspiration, a little bit of push to continue throughout your week, throughout your day. Just reminders to keep you going, fuel for your tank if you're running low. Hey, I'm in Virginia right now. I live in Norfolk, and as of right now, they've been predicting a snowstorm since about Friday, Saturday of last week, and it's been cold. This winter has been weird. It'll be warm as far as like in the 60s, and then it'll drop, and then we had like an Arctic blast. A couple of months ago rather, where it got extremely cold for like a long time. But we stand right now, even today, we're standing on the predicted snowstorm that they've been predicting. Everybody's been like waiting. I work in retail, so in the place where I work, you can purchase the things that you need to prepare for, the winter storms or whatever, whether it be things that will protect your home from cold air coming in, or snow shovels, or salt, or whatever you might need. And they were pretty much prepping for that really, really hard in the last couple of days. People coming in and buying that stuff crazily. So now, as of today, it has started to snow. It's not as heavy as they're predicting that it's going to be as of right now, because it just started within like the last hour. But something came to me out of all of the preparing, all of the prepping that we did. Everybody was in the stores buying up stuff, trying to prepare for it. That there's a point in the prediction and the actual thing happening where conditions have to be just right in order for precipitation to turn to snow and then for it to start falling. And I thought about that, how life is just like that. You can prepare, you can get your mindset right, you can do all of these things right. But there's a point where your work, God's favor, and the opportunity aligns. And that's when you'll see the magic happen. You're like, oh, there it is. It starts to happen. Because I'm looking at this snow, and I've been looking out this window for some time now. And, all the predictions before this even started were like, we're going to get this much, we're going to get that much. The people are frantic in the store buying up things. The people doing all of that stuff. The meteorologist predicting everything that he's predicting. But until these conditions align perfectly, nothing happens. But as soon as those conditions align perfectly, it happens. And that's I just take that nugget from it and think about life. Life is like that. You can do all the prepping you want, you can do all of the building you want, but there is a particular moment where God's favor meets your preparation, and the opportunity go hand in hand, and it's like boop, there it is, and then the magic happens. And I just want to encourage you, continue putting your best foot forward, continue every day pressing towards the mark to do what needs to be done, because there's going to come a particular moment where God's favor is going to align with your work ethic, the thing that you've been doing for a long time. It's going to align with the opportunity, his favor, and the magic will happen right in front of you. And then you'll know that what you have been doing for the longest time wasn't in vain. It wasn't in vain. I think about David. I'm oftentimes thinking about King David from the Bible, where King David was a shepherd boy at first. He was a shepherd boy. Then he was anointed to be king. He didn't go to the palace straight off of the anointing to be king. He went back to the shepherd field to shepherd the sheep, his dad's sheep. there came a particular moment where David gets orders, I'll say, directions from his dad, his actual dad, to take his brothers some food who are on the battlefield fighting Goliath. Well, not really fighting Goliath, being taunted by Goliath. David goes to give them the food and encounters this giant. He's wondering why nobody is coming against this giant and taking this giant down. But that particular moment, David sees the giant, has a question. God brings David to this moment. So God's hand is on him, puts him in position to say, okay, if you take down this giant, there was a lot of things that was going to come with it. But not only that, you would begin to come into your kingship. You would begin to, that anointing that was given to you as a teenager, now you as a little bit older of a teenager, now you're going to come to the forefront. Things align. Like, there's no coincidence that his dad said, hey, take this to your brothers. They're on the battlefield fighting. He encounters the giant. Here's what the giant is saying. Fights the giant, takes the giant down. If you don't know the story, I encourage you to read it. It's a very good story, a very encouraging story. He takes down the giant, and then from there, everything else comes to fruition. It comes right into play. The conditions had to line up. Things had to line up. Orchestrating. God is always orchestrating. The opportunity had to present itself, which it did in this situation. And that's just like us in life. We can prepare. We can be in a place. We don't even know that we're being prepared some of the time. And God will align that preparation that you've been going through with his favor and the actual opportunity. And it will just, the magic will happen. And you'll be like, oh, there it is. You can't predict it. You can't call it. You don't know when it's going to happen. You just got to be ready, and you got to continue doing the thing that you're doing to basically build your muscle, so to speak. Not really working out. If you're working out and that's the thing that you're doing, then hey, carry on. But if not, if it's something else that you're doing to prepare for the thing that you're aiming for, your preparation, God's ordination, his orchestrating, and the opportunity will align. And when it aligns and pops, then you'll see the magic happen. Once again, this is Stan, the host of the podcast, Talking with Friends. I hope you guys got some encouragement out of this episode. Like, share, and subscribe this episode, this podcast. We're trying to get it to as many people as we can. Hey, I love you guys. If you are in the 757 in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Newport News, Hampton, wherever you are in the 757, hey, I encourage you, be safe. Take your time out there. It is beginning to snow. If you're not and you listen to this abroad, I hope you received some encouragement from this, and I hope you have a blessed day. I will talk to you guys on the next episode. Stay encouraged.